Hello everyone, this is Avneet Singh and this is my YouTube channel Fragrance Films, and I am a learning filmmaker. I've been reviewing films in the past, but it's been some time since I've done so, but I'm very eager to be back to reviewing films. In the last 3 weeks, 3 superb, incredible films have released, and those 3 are Section 375, Chichore and Dream Girl. I'll be reviewing Section 375 first because I'm a law student and it is closest to my heart. We are not in the business of justice. We are in the business of law. This is what Akshay Khanna has to say when he's addressing law students from the movie, when the movie starts. He starts as a lawyer, giving the impression of an unlikable and greedy man. But the audience don't really understand what he means and why he's taking up a case of a rapist. Very naturally, a man who defends a rapist has to be the villain. But to understand his character, his principles, we have to go through a series of events filled with emotion and thrill. His reply to Richa Chadda when she asks him, "Why do you take up the case of a rapist?" and he says to her that her psychology is preset. She thinks the girl has been raped, and so she is so emotionally charged already being her lawyer, and that's the reason she is thinking only from one point of view. This is what happens when we hear of a rape case. The possible victim's identity is never revealed, but the possible rapist's identity even before any charges are proved against him, especially if he's from a political or a filmy background. The media and the whole country start seeing him as a monster without realizing that the court is still to pass a judgment. So many times a man falsely accused of rape, even if he later is freed of all the charges by the honorable court, still by that time his image has already been totally maligned to an extent that his career is almost over after that, as no one wants to associate with a man who's accused of rape, and in fact women in general keep distance from a man who is accused of rape and thus harass him indirectly for his entire life. Similar thing happens to a rape victim. The society never lets her forget that she was raped, and all of that in the disguise of sympathy and backbitching, etc., etc. There is a scene where the victim is harassed by the policeman recording her statements as he stares at her body and asks her questions which are necessary to be asked, but in a vulgar and disgusting way, which explains what happens to genuine rape victims in police stations. The story goes like this. A junior costume assistant is raped by a film director who is in a powerful position or in a dominant position, being her boss. Then we see an incredible courtroom drama unfold before us. The judges are shown like real humans, and the lawyer we think is the villain is actually only doing his job, as law allows him, even a man accused of rape, to be given a chance to be heard and represented by his lawyer. As the case unfolds, there are back-to-back twists and turns, and it is found that it's actually not that straightforward a case, and it's very, very tough to predict if rape happened or it was just consensual sex. Now, the movie might surprise almost everyone watching it because though it is the law, no one is aware of it as such. According to the Evidence Act, if a woman says she was raped and it is proved that there was sexual intercourse, it will be upon the man to prove that she consented and was willing to have sex and that she was not raped. In other words, a woman claiming to be raped, if she proves there was sexual intercourse, her statement will be deemed to be true unless otherwise proven by the man. Especially if the man was in a position of trust or a position of power over the woman's case will be very strong. Like if a maid says she was raped and sexual intercourse is proven, then it will be very, very tough for the man accused, who is her boss or her employer, that is in a position of power and authority, to prove that he did not rape her. In other words, so many times, like in the case of actor Shiny Ahuja, where his maid had consensual sex with him but later claimed that she was raped, the district court sentenced him to undergo imprisonment. He was in jail for months, and only until the High Court held that he was not guilty. In this case, we know how Shiny Ahuja's life changed after that, and it's possible that for an actor to be accused of rape, no one will wanna associate with him again. This is what happened with Nana Parekar when he was falsely accused of by Tanushree Datta, and she got serious support from all people in the country, while Nana's, who's always had a respectable career, was looked down upon. Later, the court held that Tanushrী's claims were not supported by any evidence. This case in the film is a prime example of how a woman misuses the very law that was made to protect her and thus further weakens the case of so many other women who have actually been raped. To me personally, being a law student, I think till it is 100% proven that it is rape and there was no consent without any doubt, only then should a man be convicted for rape. Also, the country's police needs to be under tighter scrutiny as far as rape investigation is concerned. Also, we in society must understand that sometimes till the truth is proven in the courtroom, we must not pass judgments on our own accusing someone who could possibly be innocent. We should also encourage women to be bold and careful at workplaces, know their rights, and always empower the women in her lives rather than telling her what she is not supposed to do to avoid getting raped. We must teach our boys to respect a girl's pride and her self-respect, her choice, her freedom. It all starts from a very young age when boys must be educated by the parents and schools. Eventually, law should never be so rigid in nature that it fails to fulfill the purpose of justice. Law should always be flexible. Coming back to the film, I cannot go too much into details of the film as it's supposed to be a courtroom thriller which is best enjoyed in the movie theatres. The film is superbly directed by the BA Pass director Ajay Bahl, carefully and classically written by Manish Gupta, and perfect acting performances by a stellar cast. Akshay Khanna is absolutely the right man for this role and Richa Chadda is a genuine actor as well. But Meera Chopra and Rahul Bhatt do justice to their characters and the judges are very much likable. The film is one of the best courtroom dramas in Bollywood for dealing with the courtroom scenes in most real way possible. When Section 375 the film ends, you will be empowered with serious legal knowledge regarding rape. You'll also have some serious questions in mind and a topic for debate among friends that must be debated. I give Section 375 4.5 stars out of 5. Lastly, the film talks about one individual type of scenario that can arise due to the rigidity of law under IPC Section 375 and does not intend to show that men are falsely accused of rape in India in general. I truly believe that women suffer much more in our country when raped and then seeking justice forever from a slow and torturous legal system. So this was my review for the film Section 375. I will soon be reviewing the film Chichore and Dream Girl. Thank you.